Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dexter, aka Athalos, and you are invited to come along with me as I learn how to stream my videos. Now, I am a World of Warcraft player. I'm a guild master, and I really haven't had much time to play as much as I'd like to, but that's finally changed. 2026, my schedule has lightened up a little bit. Work isn't so demanding, so I wanted to do something new. I wanted to rebuild my guild. It's called Manos Del Sol, and I just wanted to rebuild that community. And I couldn't figure out a better day to start than when the pre-patch for Midnight World of Warcraft drops. I understand it's dropping in March, but we're still in January, and this is day one. And you can see I have a lot of characters here, but the four that are in my warband are my main, Athalos. It's probably the second character I've made on the server. When I started playing World of Warcraft back in vanilla, I came to the game just because I wanted to make a mage. The second character I actually made was my holy priest Dagus. The third was Theldorn, and I actually think Theldorn might be the first because I was on a different server, and I rolled him as a PvP player, and I only did arena. But what happened was I did a transfer back when they were still expensive to this realm, to Aerie Peak. That's where I'm on, and he's been here ever since. So these three are original. This fourth one, I believe, came in Burning Crusade. I think Burning Crusade. He's not quite vanilla, but it's just still early on. And he is my feral druid, and I actually made him. Never played him for a long time. He got to like level 40 or 50, and then I stopped. But Legion Remix gave me the opportunity to create a new toon. And what I did was I deleted the old Larutan, which is natural spelled backwards, by the way. Perfect name for a druid. And what I did was I re-rolled him as a new time running or time runner in Legion Remix, and decided that I was going to level him to 80, and I'm actually going to play him as my main in Midnight. Now, Midnight, I think, drops in March. I don't know the exact day, but we're in pre-release, and I get to play around, and you guys get to come with me and learn and see me learn how to stream videos. Alright, so I'm going to shut up now, and the first thing I want to see is if there is cinematics. No, there is no cinematic for Midnight. Should I play the cinematic for War Within? Because I'm probably going to quest out on Larutan. Let's do it. Screw it. Let's play it. Yeah, so the World Soul Saga, um, Shadows Beneath was really the part one. Midnight, I believe, is going to be part two. Don't take my word for that. Chances are I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's go ahead and hop in and see what's going on. Twilight Ascension, Devourer Hunter, new range specialization and updates to all spec capabilities and talents. Check them out. The adventure guide. Traveler's log. You collect all. So, but if you don't know what a warband is, the warband is all these characters. What the warband does is allow you to share things like experience and quests and stuff like that. So, if I were to do this with my other characters. Wow, he looks messed up. Those won't share it, but in my warband they will. So let's go through and see what's happening here. It's my quest log. So when I first started out, when I first created this toon and it became a regular toon, it came with nothing. Like, all my bags are empty, all my talents got reset, all of that. These lessons in the void, violence, okay, royal audience. A little bit noisy, and you guys are going to get to see the boring part. Thrash now requires bear form. Let's drag that over here. So my character is a druid. That's fine. Bear form is usually for tanking. I am a feral cat. And we're looking at talents. So you all are going to see some boring stuff here. Let's see. trying to see what was changed. A lot of these require okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna reset everything. Because it looks like a lot. It looks like a lot changed. Oh, some of these are core. Before you had to cheat. You had to choose them. Yeah, some abilities you had to put a point behind to actually get them. And all of them were there, but it looks like the core ones, rip, swipe. Okay. So I think I'm going to stick with Druid of the Claw. And typically when I build damage, it's for single target and rating. I like, what are my options here? Windstalker. Destroy those who despawn nature. Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Druid of the Claw. Druid. See, but this requires bear form. Alright, so what bear form does is gives you frenzied regeneration, which is like super heals. It's great survivability. And sometimes when I'm fighting, what I do is I switch to bear form, hit frenzied regeneration, heal back up, and switch back. Rejuvenation, Starfire, those are more balance. The healing I could use, but I probably won't take it because we have regrowth, and that actually procs. I think it still procs. Grievous wounds. Yes. Yes, that's a survivability thing. So yes, more healing. Yes. Remove corruption. Sometimes enemies become empowered. Like they'll enrage. This is great to have. That usually goes here on my bar. Main, no. Killer instinct. Damage and armor, definitely plus. Now, sometimes if you tank as a feral cat, you would take this, but I'm not going to take that. But I am going to take this, improved bar skin. It decreases your damage a little bit. 20%, it's not that big of a difference. Nurturing instinct, no. No. Do I want Primal Fury? Critically strike when an attack generates yes. That's major damage. Thick Hide reduces damage by 4. Bash, Skull Bash, that's this spell. That's my interrupt for spell casting. Natural Recovery. Yes. I have 19 more. Okay, Wild Charge, I don't really use that. I often go for Tiger Dash. It's a 45-second cooldown. It's like a really huge burst of speed. I used to take this because I used to prowl. But I don't think I'm going to use it. Cyclone. Nah, I don't use Cyclone. This is sort of what we call crowd control. It'll send enemies up in the air. I don't need that. This is another Dispel. That's useful. That's useful. Yeah, feline swiftness, always. Now see, I had taken this before. Well-honed instincts. It was a survival tactic that would automatically cast this spell, Frenzied Regeneration, when my health dropped below a certain amount. And it was actually really, really good. Matted Fur. When you use Bard Skin or Survival Instincts, Absorb. I'll come back to that. Stampeding Roar. You shift into bear form and lose a Wild Roar. This is a speed boost for your entire party. This is one for yourself, this is one for your entire party. The reason I didn't take Cyclone is because I usually take this one, Typhoon, and I take Ursol's Vortex. That's this one. And I don't have Typhoon on my bar. That'll actually be a new one. We'll just put that there for now. Shoot, I need one more to unlock this layer. We'll do that. Added Fur. This one, Oak Skin. When I use this one, it is actually a benefit. It's another 10%. So when I use this, it's actually a 30% reduction. No. Because I didn't take this one, I'm not going to take this one. Instincts of the Claw, Ferocious Bite, and Maul. Sort of like, see, Ferocious Bite is this one. It's my big attack spell when I'm full on points. 3% of each stat. Crit Strike. Yes. The other spell I had was Moonfire. That's this one. And I actually... This is actually one of those core spells, I think, that comes default. I actually intensified it to do more damage before, but I'm not going to do that. Gale Winds, I don't need. Incessant Tempest, I don't need. Gift of the Wild is 100% more effective. That's my buff. It goes from Mark of the Wild to Gift of the Wild, so definitely taking that. Incapacitating, no. Mighty Bash, no. Earthsign Vigor. I'm not going to be in bear form that much. Improved Stampeding Roar. 60 seconds, yes. This is now it's a 1 minute cooldown. Yeah, it's 2 minutes now. Let's take that down a notch. This is my big thing. Circle of the Wild. Increases physical damage dealt by your abilities increased by 5%. That's huge. The other one was Circle of the Heavens. No. Kara's Inspiration. You gain a bonus while in each form inspired by the breath of your druidic knowledge. More stamina for cat form. That's good. Heart of the Wild. Yes. This is always a yes. Symbolic relationship. No. Innervate. Yes. This is actually a useless spell. When you're raiding, there are a lot of healers. It helps increase their mana. And I have one more point to spend. And I only took that because I needed one. Yes, I'm gonna take that. I thought I was gonna skip it, but if I had to choose one, I could put a second one here, but if it's going to go into survivability point, I'd rather take Worgen Instincts. Okay, Feral Druid, Feral Tree, Tiger's Fury. That's this one. No. Alright, so I have 29 points. I need 7. Take that. Take. You know what? No. I won't take that. Merciless Claws. Take that. Predator. Yes. Select 4 more points. 1, 2. Maximum energy increase. Yes. Stay in the fight longer. 12 points. Ferocious Bite bonus. Survival Instinct. That's this one. It's already there. I had unselected it when I took everything off. Definitely rip damage. That's my it's my other bleed. Finishing moves, yes. Can accumulate up to 2 charges, yes. Savage Fury, yes. Berserk, definitely. Panther's Gal, Shredderman to generate full combo points. Yes, absolutely. Rampant Ferocity. Infected Wounds, yes. Buff the Tiger's Fury. Periodic damage, yes. You know what? I'll do that. That's better. No, I'm not using swipe that much. Berserk, Heart of the Lion. Reduces the cooldown of yes. Berserk is 2 minutes, it'll be 1 minute, so I can use that way more often. Blood Spattered. I only have 10 more. Soul of the Forest, your moves, finishing move grant 2 energy per combo point. Yes. Carnivorous Instinct. No, I'll take it. Frantic Momentum. 10% haste, yes. 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 Shoot, there's only 3 more. Okay. Avatar of Ashamain. That was actually the name of the weapon for Legion, by the way. Ashamain. It's 2 daggers. Reduced by 25 cents, and Prowl can be used once while in combat. Oh yeah, Convoke is big damage. No, I don't use Moonfire. Chomp. And Ash. Okay. Hunger for Battle. No. Circle of Blood. No. I want this. If I undo that, and I do that, it's giving up a little bit of damage, but okay, that seems like a good build. Okay, so when it comes to the hero talent tree, basically, no, there's only 8 points. It used to be that you just select everything, and you only have to choose between these, where it's multiple options. Okay, so maximum range and energy. Let's see. And that's already selected. Limb from limb, auto attacks. Yes. Do I want that? Alright, Wild Shape Mastery. Iron Spur. Persist during cat form. No. Exacerbating wounds. Yes, I want that. which means I have to select that. Four more points. Alright, so let's go over here. What do I have? I have Ruthless Aggression. Ravage increases your auto attack. No. Killing Strikes. Agility, yes. Agility is your primary stat as a feral cat. So I can't select one of these because I'm not taking that. But I can take this. I don't need that. My rotation is pretty tight. This is sort of, from what I'm reading, it extends the duration of your dreadful wounds. Like, if you spend too much energy, it extends that ability. It's like forgiveness for being bad at your rotation. But my rotation is pretty tight, and I'll probably spend a few minutes sitting on a target dummy practicing anyway, just to make sure my rotations are tight. So I'm going to skip that, and I have 3 more points. I think it's going to be this one, Twin Claw, any single mark. Oh yeah, and Claw Rampage. Now this one, Strike for the Heart, Shred, Swipe, Break, increased 10%, and the critical strike chances increased by 5%. Oh, this is easy. Tear down the mighty. That's easy. Okay. That's my single target build. And what I'm going to do is I'll delete that. That was the build that I used during Linux. And I'm just going to leave this here. And I'm going to share it. And I'm going to call this Druid of Claw. Single target raid. That way, if I ever have to like build something else for, let's say, AoE or Mythic Plus, which I'll do eventually, I'll be able to switch between my talents. PvP, I might do some PvP this season. We get 3 abilities. I like choosing passive abilities, mostly because it allows me to focus on my rotation and focus on what's playing on the screen instead of trying to hit a button. So, Thorns. Yes. When you're in PvP, a lot of players will try and use crowd control. They'll snare you, they'll cast roots on you. This will, if somebody does that in a crowd, I can, cast Stampeding Roar and clear it on not just myself, but everybody else. These move these out of here. Uh-oh. I want this. Savage Momentum. Interrupting a spell with Skull Bash reduces the remaining cooldown of Tiger's Fury, Survival Instincts, and Tiger Dash by 10 seconds. So not only can I free somebody, I can actually interrupt somebody and make myself faster. And Leader of the Pack. Causes allies to heal themselves for 3% of their maximum health when they critically hit with a direct attack. Alright, so that's my build. That's actually a cool looking set. Okay, so yeah, that's my cat form. Okay, so we have Convoke the Spirits. This is actually in a macro. Alright, so we're gonna do Ursul's Vortex and Typhoon. Both are CC, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those in a macro. And what I do is I have certain items on macro that allows me to save bar space. So I'm going to put Typhoon. I'm going to put Ursul's Vortex. Ursul's Vortex is a 1 minute cooldown, so new. And call it Win CC. Seems effective. Show tooltip and cast. And the first thing is modifier shift. So with the shift button, I'm going to cast Ursul's Vortex because that's the longer cooldown. It is a 1 minute cooldown. This one's a 30-second cooldown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Typhoon. So I get to add this here, remove that from there. This has now Chomp has a 20-second cooldown, so we'll put that there. Heart of the Wild is a 2 minute cooldown. Now it's usually attack base. Make sure everything is on my bar. Yeah, Ursul's Vortex is saying it's not on the bar, but when I hit shift, it switches between the two. Trigger high. Okay, everything's on the bar. Console, reload UI. And I'm doing that so that if the game crashes or I exit, I don't lose the macros. Otherwise, I'll have to do it again. This is a 30-second cooldown. Now this is a 30-second cooldown. This is my Tiger's Fury. I actually have that macro. It's a 30-second cooldown. I actually have that macro to my rake, which is this ability. So I never actually have to press it. Rake is going out a little bit faster. Okay, so it seems that this is what I mean about rotation. I want to keep rake and I want to keep rip up at all times. Okay, so I have a small window in which I can actually use That was messy. Trying to figure out how Chomp gets triggered. It's after I use Ferocious Bite. When you fall below 30% health energy for 3 seconds afterwards. So I have to fall below a certain amount of energy. So I think I'll swap these. Okay, so that is how that works. So all these are out of date. I should probably update my macros, my add-ons, but first things first.
Many deals for a friend of the Grumbles, like you. Punches, lucky doos and rope.
They changed the transmog set. They got rid of my custom sets. No, that's where they're at. It's my Doom Blade battle gear. And they're shared. That's the Tabard edition stylish black shirt.
Beware of Yeti.
They removed my tabard and my shirt. So, let's go get one. This is bank. This is visitor center.
What can I do for you?
My guild tabard. Take the chest off.
Be careful.
So they don't.
Light be with you.
I don't have a shirt.
Safe travels.
Yes, I'm running around looking for a shirt. I know what I want. Black shirt. Stylish black t-shirt. There we go. 79 gold. Yeah. Now, have everything equipped.
I have just the thing, Wanderer.
Okay, so it used to be that I can select my weapon. I used to be able to select my Legion artifact. Using my Legion artifact, they picked the right one. But it's saying the weapon type is not currently equipped. Dang it, they removed it. I can't select my artifact weapon. It's this one, Fangs of Ashbane. Because what it should look like okay, let's do this outfit 1. Do they have yes, I'm being nitpicky over how my character looks. Oof. Alright, so let me go back to my custom set. You see it with the daggers here? But they don't have it. It automatically switched back to this. So
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
they equipped me with a spear. Crit mastery. Dang it.
Come, show
really messed me up. So, shirt will be a black style shirt. Hide my tabard. There we go. The enchantment is going to be Nightmare. Got nice red. Since I'm forced to wear a spear, or polearm I should say, I am going to make it a scythe. I don't even have all the scythes. There's a silver one that would have gone great with this. So, I have to find a different scythe. No, it's too gaudy. Doesn't match. That just looks mean. That looks savage.
May your feet find good trails.
That just looks savage. It's ridiculous. Yeah. That's my dude. He's Worgen. So he looks like a human. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, it's there.
Punches, lucky juice and root.
I'm looking for the helm so I can customize it. Why is it flipping to 2? Made it flip to 1. I'm looking for something spooky, like if I can get the helm, like if I can find the helm. We'll just put it there for now. What do I call that? Doom plate. Now they're actually call that the Doom Plate Red.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
That's my dude. He looks mean. Alright, so you guys got to see the boring part. Filmed for like an hour and I didn't really do anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop the video here and save this. So we'll start again with the second playthrough, or the continuation, because I think the next quest is here. But I need to update my add-ons. So I will see you guys in the next video.